Welcome back to my YouTube channel, everybody. My guest today is former Mossad official Avner Avraham, and today with Avner we'll talk about the war in Israel going on in these days since October 7 last year. Thanks for your time, Avner. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you very much, Leonardo.
Well, before we start, would you like to tell us something about your background, who you are, or what you've done in the past, what your role in Mossad was, and whatever you feel is relevant about your background?
Well, I'm not talking about my role in Mossad, but I was Lieutenant Colonel. I served 28 years in Mossad, and I retired. And in Israel, you can retire young because I served more than 10 years in different 50 countries. And the joke in the Mossad is that you enter single and you retired divorced because you spend a lot of time without your family. It's a true story. It's a sad story, but this is the life. And today I'm a world expert in past operations. I'm consulting spy films and the spy museums, and I'm also a founder of a big speaker bureau. We represent hundreds of speakers from CIA, FBI, Mossad, Shin Bet, whatever. So we are lecturing and also advising companies, whatever. Because you can learn there is a lot of creativity in operations, and you can learn about it, and you can use it to your business.
Okay, so let's start from the end, from the most recent events. So in September, some Hezbollah leaders were killed by explosions of their pagers. Can you explain us how that was possible and how that worked?
So if I may just mention that on October 7 last year, the Hamas, with the thousands of terrorists, made a massacre in the south of Israel, killed more than 1,300 people. And we have, until now, we have still 101 hostages there. So this is the reason why we have the war. And the day after, the Hezbollah from the south of Lebanon start also shooting missiles. And they are doing this until today. So we didn't open the wars in the south and in the north. We just need to defend ourselves. Now, about the pagers, the state of Israel didn't take the responsibility for this operation, but it looks very smart and very creative that people that, when you use your cellular phone, people can locate you. They know where are you. If you are joining some other people, we can see that you were together in a group. We can listen to you. We can take some information from your telephone. I mean, this is normal things that people can do, governments can do. Okay, it's not a secret. But pager, the idea with the pager is that pager don't transmit anything. It's a dump box that can receive messages. It's very similar to the small radio transistor. I'm sure you remember a small radio transistor. You can receive, you can listen to radio stations, but we don't know about your location, and you cannot send any message. So the idea is that it's safe, that you can send encrypted messages to your commanders in different levels. And the Hezbollah bought these pagers, and he gave, of course, the pagers not to the one that clean your car in the garage, okay, and not the one that cook food. All the people, maybe 2,000-3,000 people, all of them were commanders in different levels. So in one day they got a message, and they needed to press in both hands the buttons in the two sides of the box of the pager, and it exploded. So this is as far as I know, what happened there. But I think that the important thing is that Israel killed Nasrallah, that he was the head of the terror organization Hezbollah, and also all his high-rank officers. And we also entered to the south of Lebanon because we need to prevent them from sending missiles. You have to know, Leonardo, that we have 80,000 people that a year ago needed to escape from the house, from the cities, and to live in the center. All the Israelis need to sponsor hotels and whatever because they cannot go home back. And they are shooting missiles every day. Yesterday, they sent like 200 missiles to Israel. Now, we have the Iron Dome. We have special way to prevent or to stop these missiles and destroy these missiles in the air. But we still have casualties. We have they made a lot of damages to many cities, houses, buildings. Okay, so they are not. If you see the television, this is not about the poor people that Israel bombed them. This is the people that shooting missiles every day. Now, to bring back the families, you must clean the area in the north of our border. You need a death zone. Okay, people cannot live there because the people that living there, they are Shias. And these Shias, they are part of the Hezbollah. Okay, now we have agreement with the United Nations, agreement number 1701, that say that in the south of Lebanon, there is no weapons, okay? No weapons. Hezbollah cannot stay there with any kind of weapons. And they didn't follow this order even one day. And it was like almost 20 years ago. So now if we are doing agreement, we need to control and we need to make sure that they will not do and build again all the tunnels and if you saw the tunnels and everything that they made there. So this is the pages, but I gave you the whole story.
So, yeah, you gave us the whole story. So the reason why they use pagers instead of cell phones is the one that you've already explained, that they are harder to intercept because they actually don't send anything. So you cannot locate a pager. Is that right?
Yes.
And one other thing I was thinking of is this was a very tailored attack because by making these pagers explode, they made sure that they were killing the owners of the pagers and not random people around them. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's correct. And also, you cannot turn on, let's say, the small bomb if no one teach you. I mean, if your small boy took it and pressed the button, nothing happened. It's only when you press the two buttons, and you need to know that you have to press it in both time, okay, at the same time. So it means that all the people that injured, they were the owner of the pagers. It's not like a small bomb that you leave in a supermarket and people injured because of this small bomb.
But let me ask something.
Actually,
Sorry, go ahead.
So actually, the owner of the must be a commander in a different level, and actually he was the one that turned on the small bomb.
But what I'm missing here is how was the explosive planted in the device in the first place?
Well, as I told you, I'm not. I just can think about the ideas, but I believe that it's something that you buy and you change or you produce it, and maybe it's something that related to a battery. You know, sometimes when you charge your cellular phone, you feel that it's very hot.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes if you use a different charger, suddenly you see that your telephone, iPhone or Samsung is very hot. I'm sure that you know what I'm talking about. So
it happens all the time.
Maybe
Yeah.
so maybe it's a combination of a temperature and something that you can send a message, and this message sends something, change something in the hardware. Okay, but of course it's very creative, very smart, and again, it's only the people that were part of the terror organization.
Generally speaking, what's the situation in Lebanon with Hezbollah from a political and social point of view? Because is Lebanon as a country a hostage to Hezbollah, or does Hezbollah have consent? Because here in the West, we keep reading different things, and I'm not really sure what the situation is.
Okay, so this is, Leonardo, this is a great question that I need to explain. First of all, the Lebanese army is a small and weak army. 60% is Shias, and the Shias is Hezbollah, number one. Number two, it's not a small party. The Hezbollah is a part of the Lebanese parliament, okay?
Okay.
So I think that the mistake that Israel made all the years is that Hezbollah is a terror organization and there is the Lebanese. But no, Hezbollah is part of Lebanon. Now, saying this, we don't have a war with the Lebanese. In Lebanon, and I served in Lebanon, I lived in Lebanon, there is a Christian community, there is a Druze, there is Sunna, okay? And there is different kind of groups. And I believe that in the future, I believe that we have opportunity to even make a peace agreement with them. Because come on, we are waking up in the morning, we don't want to make any war. They started a war against us from October 8th last year, okay? So now we have to defend ourselves, okay? And I know that you can see the television, more than 1 million people need to escape to the north and live in tents. But come on, they are still, yesterday, they sent 200 missiles to our cities, okay? We must finish this terror attack, okay? And we will do it because we are very strong, but we don't want to hurt people that are not involved in this. So that's why if we know about a building, you know that the Hezbollah used villas, big villas and buildings to put weapons. And we know the locations. We know most of the locations. So before we bomb the building, we tell all the people that live there, you have to go, you have 2 hours, 1 hour, you have to escape because we are going to bomb this place. Okay? We don't want to kill anyone. We just want to kill the bad people, the terrorists. And this terrorists using the civilians in Lebanon to defend themselves as a human shield. Okay? And this is a big crime. So we are not doing a genocide.
Of course. I totally agree with you. Let's take a step back and get back to last September when the leader of Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh, if I'm pronouncing it right, was killed in Iran. We still don't know what happened there. So can you explain something about it?
So Ismail Haniyeh came to Tehran and he stayed in the official building, like it's like a hotel that owned the government in a very safe place. And a bomb or something killed him, only him and maybe his bodyguard. And of course, from the beginning, everybody said that Israel and Mossad is behind this operation. And let me tell you something. There is a lot of things that happen in the world, and the Mossad is not responsible for everything. Okay, sometimes it doesn't mean that if we are really happy that these terrorists die, it doesn't mean that we are behind this. And I can think also about the Iranian. Maybe the Iranian wanted to kill him, and to help other leaders of Hamas to be the leader. Maybe he didn't want to do things that the Iranian asked him to do. Okay, so he was there, and they found the opportunity to kill him and say that it was Mossad. It's very easy because it's very difficult to enter to the heart of. It's not only the heart of Iran, in the heart of Tehran. Is a building that's secured by the special Iranian forces. Okay. Now, if you Google, you will find that almost every month or 2 months there is in Iran and in Turkey, they found 5 agents, 5 Mossad agents, 10 Mossad agents, 3 Mossad agents. All the time, it's all fake. And now they kill them. They are going to kill them because they are doing this because they want to prevent people to be a Mossad agent. So that's why they publish all the time fake news. Okay. So this is what I know about Haniyeh, and of course, the state of Israel didn't take responsibility for this.
Well, let me add that it totally makes sense. I mean, if someone has an advantage from an event, it doesn't mean that that event was caused by that person. Otherwise, the joke we usually make is that when it rains, you can blame it on umbrella makers.
Yes.
So what is generally speaking the role of Iran in supporting Hamas? Because I think that this is much more complex than it appears in the first place.
So the source of all the problems in the Middle East is Iran, the head of the snake, we call it. They have proxies that they pay them and they give them weapons and they teach them how to attack Israel. For example, from Yemen, the Houthis in Yemen, this is the first time that we got missiles from Yemen. How come we don't have anything with Yemen? But the Iranian came to a weak country like Yemen, and they supported a small group of terrorists there. And now these terrorists got money, and actually they paid them to send missiles from Yemen. Now look what happened. Israel attacked the Houthis in Yemen twice. We made a huge damage. They are hiding the damage, but we made a huge damage. And now, basically, we don't have more attacks, maybe very small things from Yemen, like a symbolic. We don't have like drones and missiles every day. And they know that the third attack will completely destroy airports and harbors and food storage, everything. So that's why they are trying to find a different way. I mean, it's so stupid to stop. It's a non-Israeli ships, and they stop the ships, they rob the ships, they shoot the ships. I mean, it's so stupid what happened there in Yemen. Now, Hezbollah is the baby of Iran. The whole idea of the Shias terror organization located in the south of Lebanon, the whole idea is that this organization is a part of Iran, and they got more than 100,000 missiles, and they can make a war with Israel. And the idea is not to use this force because the Iranians want to get nuclear weapons. So the idea is that if Israel will attack Iran, the Hezbollah will attack Israel. And this is the mistake that Hezbollah made because the Iranians don't have yet nuclear weapons, and we already attacked twice in Iran. They don't have, they cannot defend themselves. And they know that we can make a huge damage. We can also make a damage to the oil fields. We can destroy the economy. And now we are style of some people waiting to the Iranian response. But since Trump, and I'm very happy that Trump is going to be the next president, it changed the whole picture. And I can tell you, Leonardo, that we are going to see a new Middle East because Israel destroyed Hamas, destroyed most of the military most of the military forces and abilities in Gaza. We also killed Sinwar. That for me, Sinwar is similar to the Hitler and all his terror soldiers, like the Nazis, exactly the Nazis, worse than the Nazis, and Mohammed Def also. And also in Hezbollah, I believe that we destroy 80% of the. We don't have any leaders there. We don't. We also entered to the south of Lebanon. Okay, we occupied part of the south of Lebanon because we need to make a death zone without any person. Okay, because you need the 10-kilometer or 8-kilometer to hold this death zone. Otherwise, they are coming with and they are shooting the missiles directly. Okay, so you need to produce this death zone, and this is the first time that Iran attacks us twice with almost 500 missiles and drones. And look what happened, Leonardo. They killed one Palestinian from Gaza that moved to Jericho, and maybe another guy. That's all. We have a strong Iron Dome. We can stop everything, and we also have the UK and the US and other countries that help us to prevent this. And I just learned that behind the trying to kill Trump, it was the Iranian was behind this terror attack against Trump. So I believe that the winter is coming, and I'm not talking, Leonardo, only about rain and snow. The winter is coming to Iran, okay? And this is an opportunity to destroy the nuclear sites that they are trying to build. And this is opportunity to change the Middle East.
Just for the sake of completion, if I got it right, Iran was planning to kill Trump, but they were not behind those specific attack in July. I mean, they were planning something else. It's the same thing. It's a very difference.
Okay, but it's this is the same people that arranged the attack against our embassies, the famous in Buenos Aires, and against the Jewish community, and they kill people. And these people are terrorists, fanatic Muslim terrorists. And this is the same people from ISIS, the same people from September 11. This is the same crazy people that want all of us to be Muslims. Okay, that's the problem with these people. It's not about territories. It's about crazy people that wearing dresses. Okay.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yes, terrorists are bad everywhere, and those guys are crazier than anybody else. So, what is right now the situation in the West Bank and in the Gaza Strip after more than 1 year of war?
So in Gaza, the main problem in Gaza that we have 101 hostages. We know that unfortunately, like 1/3 of the number is people are not in life, unfortunately, and we need to bring them back. And it's very difficult because we try to negotiate with the Hamas using the help of the United States and the Qatar and Egypt, but actually, I don't think that it was a real negotiation. We made only one deal with them, and they released half of the hostages, but it was small kids and women's. And the whole idea was to prevent bad pictures in the media, because if you have small kids, hostages, it will not help the Hamas. So they decided to release them. And it's easier to keep 150 hostages than 300 hostages, okay? Because at the end of the day, if you have 20 or if you have 40, it's almost the same. It's like a deal or not deal. Now, we occupy the whole area, and we also occupied the Philadelphia road that divides the border between Egypt and the Gaza Strip. And this borderline, they use it. Most of the weapons that they got, they use tunnels under the border, and most of the things came from Egypt. And we have peace agreement with Egypt, okay? And think about that most of the weapons and also the machines that can produce missiles and weapons came from Egypt. So we occupied and we divided the connection. There is no connection under the ground and up the border between Egypt and Gaza. This is the most important things that we made. So there is no new supply. The problem that we have now in Gaza is we are supplying, I mean, it's so crazy, but we are supplying food every day to all the people, including the terrorists. Okay, I don't have problem with the regular people. Some of them cooperate with the Hamas, by the way, and support Hamas and voted to Hamas. Okay, but now the Hamas is taking by power, using weapons, and he is taking all the food and the supply, and he is selling this supply to the poor people in Gaza. I mean, it's crazy. So we have to take it, we have to control the food, and this is the things that will change the whole situation in Gaza, okay? Because the people will understand that the Hamas is not responsible anymore for anything, and because now they are very afraid. They are afraid from this terror organization, okay? But if we take the control of the food, we can change the whole situation. And now, about the West Bank, we have the same problems all the time, but we have more terrorists, more weapons, more trying to make terror attacks inside Israel. So it's something that we have more and more operations against the bad people. But unfortunately, they prevent the other people to come to Israel and to work. Because when they came to Israel to work, 200 people, 100,000 people coming to work inside Israel and getting food, getting a good salary, okay? Now they are not allowed to enter because each one of them can be a terrorist. People don't want to work with them, okay? Now look what Sinwar made. What the stupid things. He destroyed the whole Gaza. People now, the winter is coming. People don't have shelter. They don't have warm. They don't have anything. In south of Lebanon, okay, people suffering in Lebanon because of Sinwar and Nasrallah. And all these bad things came from Tehran, okay? So we are the strong side, and we are going to win, and we are going to kill the bad people, and we are going to make the situation, try to make a peace in the Middle East.
Well, how many of the Hamas leaders are still alive, if that question makes sense, and where are they?
So we have like the people that deal with the political side, and they are located in Qatar, like Mash'al. And I think Sinwar brother is in Gaza, and there's people that saying that he will replace Sinwar, but actually I don't see any leaders because we killed all the high ranks, most of the high ranks officers, and actually there's just small groups, and they're not really fight. Okay, it's a small groups. Maybe they are coming from like a mouse that coming and sending a a missile and then disappear. But we almost destroyed the Hamas organization. But the problem is that Hamas's idea, it's not only organization. It's a stupid idea, but it's idea.
Well, you already said something about Trump being elected as the former president of the United States and how that can have an impact on the conflict. Would you like to elaborate?
So first of all, we have almost 2 months until he will be the president. And I think that Biden will try to make some achievements, and he have nothing to lose, and maybe he can end his years as a president with achievements like in my time, we made agreement, we stopped the war between Lebanon. For example, there is talks now about making an agreement between Lebanon and Israel, okay? And it comes only from the pressure that we made. Because we bomb all the missiles, the headquarters, we killed all the leaders, 1.5 or 1.3 million Shias escaped to the north. Some of them trying to enter to buildings, trying to enter to Christian cities. They don't want them. Some of them moved to Syria. And the situation is very bad in Lebanon. And it was very bad before. The economic situation is bad. Actually, Hezbollah really destroyed the life in Lebanon. Destroyed the life, and this is the reason that we have a lot of spies there, because they don't want them there. Okay, it's not one piece. Okay, people don't want them, and you can see if you follow the media, you will see people that are talking against Hezbollah and against Iran, and they said, "This is are you going to defend Lebanon? Look what happened." Okay, you open a war against Israel, and now they are here. They enter to Lebanon. What do you want? You want them to occupy the Beirut, to destroy the bridges in the country, to destroy the electric companies? I mean, it's so stupid. So I believe that we are going to have a new Middle East, and now in this time, Trump is in our side and he will help us. He also declared that he wants to see the war ended. He's not going to open new wars. He's going to end wars. And I think that even now, before he started his work in the White House, even now he's doing things behind the scene to stop the war, and in Gaza and in Lebanon. The problem in Gaza that without the hostages, we will not withdraw and we will not stop anything. Okay?
Of course.
Okay? We will destroy completely Gaza. Completely. Okay? Until we will find our hostages. And this is people that enter to Gaza and rape women and kill them. And they baked babies in the front of the parents. This is worse than the Nazis, okay? And Gaza will never be back to the same days. People from Gaza will never enter to Israel. They will not work in Israel. We will not help them. We will not give them anything. We will not give them the option to come to our hospitals. Zero. If they want, they can move to other countries. And look what happened. People don't want them. This is the worst people, the Hamas and all the people most of the people in Gaza. People don't want them. Why they don't immigrate? Why other countries don't give them opportunity to come? They don't want them. They just bring problems. The Palestinian was in Jordan and made a lot of problems to the king. So he entered on September. That's why they called the Black September, and they moved to Lebanon. And then in Lebanon, they made a lot of things. They attacked Christian, like Damour, okay? They attacked and killed Christian people in Lebanon. And then when the IDF, when the Israeli army entered to Lebanon, they moved to Tunis. And then we made a peace agreement, but it's not a peace agreement with them because they are terrorists. They are animals. Okay, that's the problem with these people. Now look what happened with Gaza. People need to know that Gaza is not part of the state of Israel. It's outside. We have a border with them. And think about Singapore. Singapore is a beautiful country. Yeah. And Gaza could be a Singapore, but it became the worst place in the world for people because they elected the terror organization Hamas. And this Hamas took all the money, took everything just to build a war machine, a crazy war machine against Israel. Tunnels, weapons, missiles, drones, whatever.
What do you think can be a long-term solution for this conflict? I'm asking this question specifically because I hear a lot of Italians and Westerners in general saying that the two-state solution is the for good solution, but I know that a lot of Israelis don't agree. So what's your take?
I think that it should stay like in this situation when we have the West Bank and we are responsible for the security. They can have a police, but we will be responsible for the whole security. And in Gaza, they will not have even a gun for policemen. It should be something different. We need to punish Gaza. Gaza will never be the same. Okay? And also, Gaza will be a smaller because we are going to make a death zone along the borderline. Okay, they will not have the ability to walk, and a lot of people from Gaza enter to our villages and they stole things, and they also beat our hostages. There is a lot of videos. So it will be a minimum 1 kilometer between the border, and we will destroy everything and make a death zone. Okay, and if someone will enter to this death zone, we will shoot him. Okay, because we will not. And they also declare that they will make another October 7. Okay, and we will not let them do it. Not in the north, and not in Syria, and not in any place.
Of course, nobody wants that, other than them.
Yes.
Well, Avner, many thanks for your time and for your very precious explanations. I think that you gave us explanations from a different than usual angle, because I think that a lot of people here in the West don't really get the details of what's going on. And thanks to your explanation today, I think that the whole situation is much clearer.
Thank you, Leonardo.
Thanks everybody else for watching this video, and see you all in my next episode. Bye-bye.